What if I told you that the reason so many men over 60 feel tired, distracted, and less like themselves has almost nothing to do with age and almost everything to do with one small gland you were never taught to protect? Stay with me for the next few minutes because what I am about to share has changed the lives of thousands of men who sat exactly where you are sitting now, quietly wondering if this is just what getting older feels like. It is not. I'm Dr. Hannah Mae, urologist with over 30 years of experience, helping men like you regain their energy, performance, and vitality. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Before we go any further, if you're serious about protecting your prostate, staying strong and living without fear, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I share real information backed by real science for men just like you. And if this topic matters to you, type 1 in the comments and tell me where in the world you're watching from. If not, type 0 so I know how to help you better next time. Now let's get into it. Let me start with a story because stories are how truth becomes memorable. A few years ago, a gentleman named Walter came into my clinic. He was 71 years old, a retired engineer, sharp as a tack and clearly frustrated. He told me, "Doctor, I built bridges for 40 years, but I cannot figure out why my body feels like it is falling apart." He described fatigue that coffee could not fix, circulation problems in his hands and feet, and a quiet fear he had not told even his wife about that his best years were behind him. Walter is not alone. In fact, Walter represents almost every man who walks into my office after the age of 60. And here is the truth I tell every single one of them. Your body is not betraying you. It is asking for attention in the only language it knows: symptoms. So today we are going to talk about the prostate circulation and vitality. 3 things that are deeply connected yet rarely explained together. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why so many men decline after 60. And more importantly, what you can actually do about it. Let us start with the biggest myth I hear in my clinic almost daily. Myth number 1, decline after 60 is simply inevitable. This is the myth that quietly steals hope from millions of men. Yes, hormone levels shift. Yes, the prostate can enlarge with age, a condition we call benign prostatic hyperplasia. But inevitable decline, the kind that steals your energy, your confidence, and your intimacy. That is not biology alone. That is neglect stacked on top of biology. Think of your body like a car engine that has been driven for 60 years. If you never changed the oil, never checked the tires, never paid attention to strange noises, of course it will struggle. But an engine that has been cared for, even an old one, can still run beautifully. Your prostate is the same. It is a small gland about the size of a walnut sitting just below your bladder, and it plays a far bigger role in your vitality than most men realize. It is not just about urination. It affects circulation, hormone balance, and yes, intimacy as well. So remember, this decline is not a sentence. It is a warning sign, and warning signs can be answered. Let us move to the second myth because this one surprises almost everyone. Myth number 2, prostate health and circulation are unrelated. Many men think their circulation problems, the cold hands, the tingling feet, the slower healing, have nothing to do with their prostate or their pelvic health. But here is what medical research has shown us again and again. Poor circulation and prostate congestion often travel together. The pelvic region relies on healthy blood flow to function properly. When circulation slows down, whether from sitting too long, inactivity, or vascular aging, blood pools in the pelvic area, this can contribute to prostate swelling, urinary diet, symptoms, and reduced performance. In other words, what happens in your legs and your pelvis are part of the same story. This is why I always tell my patients, movement is medicine. Even simple daily walking, just 20 to 30 minutes, can dramatically improve circulation to the pelvic region. I have seen men reduce nighttime bathroom trips simply by walking more and sitting less. Now, here's where it gets interesting because the next myth is the one that most men are too embarrassed to ask about. And yet, it might be the most important one of all. If you are finding this valuable so far, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, because what I am about to share next is something most doctors never explain clearly, and it could change how you think about your own body for the rest of your life. All right, let us continue. Myth number 3. Hydration does not really matter that much. I cannot tell you how many men come into my office dehydrated without even realizing it. Coffee in the morning, maybe 1 glass of water all day, and then they wonder why their urine is dark, why their energy crashes in the afternoon, why their kidneys and prostate feel irritated. Water is not just a beverage. It is the medium through which your entire circulatory and urinary system functions. Chronic mild dehydration thickens the blood, makes the heart work harder, and can actually irritate the bladder and prostate lining, creating symptoms that mimic more serious conditions. My advice is simple, and I give this to every patient over 60. Aim for consistent hydration throughout the day, not all at once, but spread evenly and reduce heavy caffeine and alcohol in the evening, since both can irritate the bladder and disrupt sleep. Small changes, big results. Walter, the engineer I told you about earlier, added 2 things to his day: more water spread evenly and a short walk after dinner. Within 6 weeks, his energy improved, his nighttime bathroom trips decreased, and he told me, "Doctor, I feel like I got a piece of myself back." Let us pause here and recap what we have covered so far, because this next part builds directly on it. Decline after 60 is not inevitable. It is often neglect. Circulation and prostate health are deeply connected, not separate systems, and hydration is far more powerful than most men realize. Now let us talk about something that touches every man's confidence, whether he admits it out loud or not. Myth number 4. Performance and intimacy naturally disappear with age. This myth causes more silent suffering than almost anything else I see in my clinic. Men come in convinced that because they are 65, 70, or older, intimacy is simply over for them. But let me be very clear with you. Age does not end intimacy. Poor circulation, unmanaged stress, and untreated hormonal shifts end intimacy. And all 3 of those things can be improved. The same blood flow that keeps your legs and heart healthy is directly responsible for performance. When circulation improves, so does function. This is why the advice I gave you earlier about walking and hydration is not separate from this topic. It is the foundation of it. I had a patient, a lovely man in his late 60s named Gerald, who told me he had accepted that intimacy was simply part of his past. But after addressing his circulation, adjusting his diet to reduce processed sugar and salt, and incorporating short daily walks, he came back 3 months later, smiling in a way I had not seen before. He said, "Doctor, I feel like a younger version of myself, and my wife has noticed too. This is not magic. This is biology, responding to care." Now let us talk about the final myth. And this one is deeply emotional because it involves something men rarely say out loud. Myth number 5, asking for help means something is wrong with you. So many men wait years before seeing a doctor about prostate symptoms, circulation issues, or intimacy concerns, simply because they feel embarrassed. They tell themselves, "I will just push through it." This is too personal to discuss. But here is the truth I want every man watching this to hear clearly. Seeking help is not weakness, it is wisdom. The men who come to see me early before symptoms become severe are the ones who recover fastest and maintain their vitality the longest. Silence does not protect you, it only delays healing. Now that we have gone through these 5 myths, let us talk about what you can actually do starting today to protect your prostate, improve circulation, and restore vitality. First, move your body daily. You do not need intense exercise. A brisk 20-minute walk improves circulation to the pelvic region and supports prostate health more effectively than most supplements on the market. Second, hydrate consistently. Spread water intake throughout the day rather than drinking large amounts at once. And reduce alcohol and caffeine in the evening hours. Third, eat to reduce inflammation. Foods rich in antioxidants such as tomatoes, leafy greens, and fatty fish support prostate health and circulation simultaneously. Reduce processed foods, excess sugar, and excess salt, since all three contribute to inflammation and poor blood flow. Fourth, prioritize sleep. Deep restorative sleep regulates hormones, including testosterone, which plays a role in energy, mood, and performance. Fifth, get regular checkups. A simple annual visit with your doctor, including a prostate-specific antigen test when appropriate, allows problems to be caught early when they are easiest to treat. And sixth, and this one matters more than people realize, manage your stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which negatively affects circulation, hormone balance, and even prostate inflammation. Something as simple as 10 minutes of quiet breathing, prayer, or reflection each day can measurably reduce stress hormones over time. Let me tell you about one more patient because I think his story ties everything together beautifully. His name was Frank, 78 years old, a retired school teacher. When he first came to see me, he moved slowly, spoke with a tired voice, and told me he had simply accepted his condition as old age. I asked him one question that I ask every patient. I said, "Frank, if I told you that most of what you are feeling could improve, would you be willing to try even if it takes a few months?" He looked at me, paused, and said, "Doctor, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain." We started slowly, short walks, better hydration, small dietary changes, a simple stress reduction routine each evening. Within 4 months, Frank walked into my office differently. His posture was straighter, his voice was stronger. He told me, "Doctor, I forgot what it felt like to feel capable." That is the power of consistent, informed care. Not a what? Miracle, not a pill, not a shortcut, but small, intentional daily habits that add up into real transformation. Now, before we close today, I want to speak directly to you, the man watching this video right now. If you have been feeling tired, if you have noticed changes in your body that scare you, if you have quietly wondered whether your best years are behind you, I want you to hear this clearly. They are not. Your body is resilient. Even after 60, even after 70, even after 80, your body has an incredible capacity to respond to care. I have seen it thousands of times in my clinic, and I see no reason why your story should be any different. The men who thrive in their later years are not the ones with perfect genetics or unlimited luck. They are the men who decided to pay attention, to make small changes, and to stop treating their health as something to fear or ignore. So, here's what I want you to do. Choose one thing from today's video, just one, and start it this week. Maybe it is a daily walk. Maybe it is drinking more water. Maybe it is finally scheduling that checkup you have been avoiding. Small steps compound into powerful results. And remember, seeking knowledge like you did by watching this video today is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom and self-respect. Before you go, I would love to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me your age and one small change you are willing to try this week. I read every comment, and I promise you, you are not alone in this journey. Thousands of men just like you are walking the same path, learning the same lessons, and rediscovering vitality they thought was gone forever. If this video helped you, please give it a like so that more men who need this information can find it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications, because every week I bring you real, honest, science-based advice about men's health, vitality, and longevity. Age is not your enemy. Neglect is. And today you took a step toward changing that. I'm Dr. Hannah, reminding you that your strength does not expire. Your vitality is not fixed in time. And with the right care, your best years may still be ahead of you. Take care of yourselves, gentlemen, and I will see you in the next